Good morning and Happy New Year. January 1st, 2024. Seems weird. I never thought I'd see 30 years old. And here I am. I'll be 60 next month. So, anyway, let's get right into it. Got an exciting package the other day to replace my old pack with the broken zipper, the Maxpedition Condor 2, which served me well for many years. I found that the Go Ruck Rucker was not going to work. It wouldn't get me that first leg so that I could get to my my first storage unit where I have more adequate equipment. This should take care of me all the way home. But this is the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack. Very nice. It's well constructed. Got good webbing. They all pretty much have good webbing. Compression straps in the front so that I can compress this thing down and get the weight closer to my back. I've got 2 pockets on the side that are huge. It's got access for a hydration bladder. I keep a 100-ounce hydration bladder in my pack if I can. That's one of the reasons that my Go Ruck Rucker was not going to be adequate. I could not put enough stuff in it and then fill the hydration bladder. As you can see, it's got a well-padded back, some ventilated padding material. It's very supportive. And it very well ventilated. You can see here you have different lines for different height people, so that you can actually extend this part right here to match the size of your torso. Got a chest strap, and of course it has a hip belt that you can cinch up pretty easily, like most packs. Okay. This is a little spendy, but packs are expensive. Good packs are expensive. You don't want to, for your get-home bag, you don't want to buy your pack at Walmart or something like that. And if that's what you have, that's what you have. That's fine. You can try to make it work. But this is rugged out here, and I have a very rugged walk home. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start with what I'm carrying every day when I'm not going to the office, because this all integrates together. Okay, so depending on what I'm wearing, I'm going to have a different carry piece. This is a Sig Sauer P938 or 938. Of course, my everyday carry knife. The Leatherman Wave with its toolkit. Today, this is just a piece of paracord that just happened to be in my pocket. But there's 50 feet of micro paracord. I've said before that, of course, my phone and my keys with the bottle opener, which is very useful when I'm opening canned foods. Not a can as in a tin can, but if I have to pop the cap off of food that my wife has canned, that comes in very handy for that. And then the Maglite MagTac. Very bright. Let me move all this out of the way. And a spare mag for the SIG. course, we've all talked about my Ridge wallet before. And once again, at least $100 in small bills. You should also have another $100 in small bills put somewhere else, in your pack, in your boot, whatever. Okay, now let's get into the pack. Now let's not get into the pack here. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is a Fanny Pack. This typically, this is a Max Edition Proteus. This has been a great pack over the years. Very versatile. Has the D-ring so you can wear it over your shoulder. It has a waist belt behind this. It has MOLLE webbing so it can actually attach to your pack, but I don't recommend you attach anything to the outside of your pack. That's just because you have MOLLE webbing doesn't mean you have to MOLLE something to it. And in this, first of all, my GPS. Don't know if I'll get to use it on that trip, depending on what the scenario is. This is a GPS Map 64 ST. I think it's important to note that I bought this several years ago. I don't like the idea of a device like this being somewhat tied to my name and address and everything. So I paid cash for this, and then I used a prepaid card that was not assigned to my name because reasons. I am a little paranoid. I think we all are, or we wouldn't be watching this. So when I downloaded the maps, I paid for that with a prepaid card that was not assigned to my name. I don't even know if you can get them anymore, but I got it at Walmart and I paid cash for it. And I didn't have to show any ID or anything. Also, in this part, I have I have a base plate compass. I have several maps that cover. These are topo maps. They're in MGRS, and these will get me home. I know how to get to the point where I can get onto the big map here, and then once I do that, there are several different routes I can take depending on what's going on. The ability to find dead space, the ability to just stay hidden and not seen. If you can read a map, you can do that. These will get you in trouble if you just start following. If you just start following the arrow to go where you're going to go. Big mistake. Spare set of batteries for the GPS. Emergency blanket. Lighters. I have lighters in just about everything. And then snacks. I'm not going to take all that out, but I have snacks in here. Now I want to talk about food a little bit. I'm not going to carry 2 weeks worth of food in this pack and this ensemble, obviously. So I have plans for getting home. I have pre-staged different storage units in different areas that are less likely to get a whole bunch of traffic, so I can stay hidden. Down in the side pockets are also more snacks. So you gotta have food or you're not gonna make it. Okay, let's get into the pack. Let's start at the top. On the top we have 2 zippers. First zipper, Sawyer filter. It's a Sawyer Mini. In the squeeze bag for it. Prescription sunglasses. Once again, my Sun 2 wrist compass. So I don't think you can ever have too many of those. Write in Rain writing tablet. And of course I have this is just a regular mechanical pencil, another emergency blanket, my adjustable wrench, which works in concert with my Leatherman Wave in case I have to fix something or I need to get something off. This is a USB chargeable Streamlight headlamp. More writing instruments. My whistle, just in case I really do need to be found because I'm in trouble. Okay, that's it to the top, except to say that in here, you can see this is just an American flag patch, but you can put whatever kind of patch you want on there. And I slice the back open, just in case I need somewhere else to stash maybe 2 bills or some SD card. I could put a couple of SD cards, a bunch of micro SD cards and an adapter. Now, go ahead and get into the main compartment here. That's the Y zipper. This zipper is still very stiff because I haven't done much with it. Once again, I've seen this before. This is my first aid kit. It's more of a trauma kit, as I've mentioned. In it you find Israeli bandages, a couple of band-aids, tourniquet, a pen to write on the tourniquet. Once again, this has many options for carrying. You can use molly, D-rings, you can wear it around your neck if you need to, or just put some cordage on here and hang it off of a tree. Marked easily in case I'm unconscious and somebody comes across, they know where to find my first aid kit, if they don't kill me first. This is a wet weather bag, a Sea-Line wet weather bag. Been carrying it for a long time. I've had this since the mid-90s for canoeing and kayaking and things of that nature. And in here is just a t-shirt, a pair of wool socks. I wear wool socks. I only wear wool socks. And my spares are definitely wool. There's a boonie cap, non-military looking, a shamog, a base layer, and some spare underwear. That's just about it for clothing for me. You'll also see that there is a Menon speed stick in here. I don't use that so that I can smell good when I'm not for a get home scenario, but speed stick is awesome for anti-chafing. So if you get wet and you're walking and you're already miserable, I can guarantee it. There's nothing fun about this scenario. But if you try to walk 20 miles and you're wet, you're going to have a miserable day, and when you start chafing, it's going to get even worse. This speed stick works quite well for that. Also, my poncho. It's just a regular poncho. This is more first aid stuff. These are my Sam Splins. So in here, gloves. Like I've said before, gloves should be in every pack. This is a DST tarp. DST tarp, I can't remember the exact dimensions. I believe it's 8x9 or something like that. This works with like a blowgun or a walking stick, or even a 5-foot stick that you find in the woods if that's what you need to use. And you can make a fully enclosed enclosure with this, keep you dry. This is a trap kit just in case. It's got some fishing equipment, things of that nature, snare making materials. And we'll get into more of primitive trapping and things of that nature later, in later videos. Bank line. Once again, this is a brand new spool of bank line. This is 370-pound test. It's number 45. It is braided, not twisted. Do not use twisted. Do not keep twisted bank line really anywhere. You should just throw it away if you have it and get braided. But the twisted stuff is a mess. It untwists. It stretches too much. This is good. Buy this. It's cheap. Toilet paper. Again, if you take the roll out of toilet paper, re-roll it small, and then put it in a vacuum pack bag, it gets real small. Fire starting kit. In the fire starting kit, of course, I have my ferro rod that is somewhat prepared. As you can see, I've taken the coating off right here. You don't want to do that for the first time when you really need it to work. Also in here, this is cotton puffs soaked in Vaseline for quick starting. There's another ferro rod fire starter in here, and of course a lighter and another lighter. It's important to know how to start a fire multiple ways, but when you really need fire and you really need to get warm, it's hard to beat a lighter. Okay, these are the wraps for my SAM splints. We'll talk more about SAM splints later, in a later video. And of course, this knife, which would be picked up at my first stop. I have a couple of these. This is a cold steel SRK. It's a good knife. I've had this one for, as you can see, it's well worn. I've had it for several years. If you look here, I sharpened the back of it right here in the middle. You still want to be able to push here without making your thumb uncomfortable or actually cutting you, and push here just in case you're making a feather stick or something of that nature. But right here, it needs to be really sharp. That makes the ferro rod work much better. Let's see if I have it. And that's about it. As you can see, I am compass heavy. I mean, I have a GPS. I have a Sun 2 wrist compass. I have a base plate compass. I have the compass on my watch. You need to know where you're going. You need to not be going east when you think you're going south. I've mentioned before, I have over a 100-mile walk home. It's already going to be miserable without adding 20 or 30 miles to that, or doing a bunch of switch packing. So that's about all I wanted to cover today. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this type of content. And if you do, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps me out with the algorithm and getting my videos exposed to more and more people. I think my next video is going to be on a blowgun. Probably the Tim Wells. I have a couple because, well, like I've said before, I have several storage units. I have several different routes to come home. I maintain storage units that have things that I need for the next leg. Like if one particular place is going to have a river crossing, I've got to have a Swiss seat or some sort of a harness. I've got to have rope and everything else. I'm not carrying 20 pounds of rope with me. This entire thing, everything you see right here, well, minus the my everyday carry, weighs about 15.3 pounds. I weighed it in this pack, 15.3 pounds. Then I can put, I can put some water in the bladder, and hopefully I'll be okay. Walking home is not going to be pleasant. It's miserable. It's easy to start feeling sorry for yourself. And I know because, I've been out. I've spent a lot of time in the woods. I spent a lot of time hiking. And when you have an objective, somewhere to get to, every step can be miserable, and you can sink deeper and deeper and deeper into depression. My advice for that is very simple. Let yourself feel it for a specific amount of time. Give yourself 1 minute to go ahead and feel it. Just let that misery that you're feeling do whatever it's going to do, and then knuckle up and carry on. You have to let it happen. You have to feel miserable sometimes. You have to feel elation sometimes. If you ever watch Tiger Woods sink some weird, amazing putt, you could see that he celebrated. He hit a great shot, and then he would just celebrate like this. And then after about 20 seconds, all that excitement went away, and he was back on game. This is much more important than a golf tournament. I don't care how much money you made. This is about getting home as fast as you can to your home and your family. So have a happy new year, and I hope your 2024 is blessed like mine is. I get to live out here, live in the woods. It's quiet, it's beautiful, other than the roosters and dogs that are sometimes barking and crowing. But this is an amazing life to live. And I'm so glad that I moved out here from the city. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you the next time. Goodbye.